Hello, friends. My name is Artie, and welcome back to my channel, Dhode R Vision English. I hope you all are doing great. Today, I'm going to explain a beautiful Turkish movie called Chasing the Wind, which was released in 2025. The film stars Barış Arduç as the male lead Ege Yazıcı and the stunning Hande Erçel as the female lead Asli. It has received a 6.2 out of 10 rating on IMDb. But trust me, the story is much more emotional than the numbers suggest. This is a tale of two completely opposite souls. Asli is rich, successful, independent, and extremely mature. Someone who doesn't believe in fairy tale love. Every move she makes is calculated. She's a sharp entrepreneur who believes she can close any business deal she wants. On the other hand, Ege also belongs to a wealthy, influential family. But he's grounded, humble, and lives life on his own simple terms. He values principles over money and prefers spending time with close friends away from the spotlight. And ironically, Ege is exactly the kind of person Asli dislikes the most. This film is a perfect example of the phrase, opposites attract. So, without wasting any more time, let's dive into the story and see how these two different worlds collide and fall in love. At the beginning of the scene, we see that Asli has had a one-night stand with Çök. He asks her to marry him, but Asli chooses not to respond. Then, the film opens in a sleek boardroom at Yazman Group's Istanbul headquarters. Asli Mansoy, the driven CEO, leads a tense meeting about greenlighting a new resort development in scenic Çeşme, a location dominated by her family's business. During the discussion, a partner mentions they need approval from his son, Ege, who owns 25% of the land. Unlike previous times, Ege refuses, having lived there for the past 10 years. Asli, in a determined tone, declares she'll meet him personally and secure his permission within a day, refusing to let a prime opportunity slip due to a rich boy's carefree attitude. In the next scene, Asli arrives at the Çeşme coast. Hungry, she walks into a random restaurant for a quick meal, unaware it's owned by Ege. She orders the fastest dish, but after one bite, complains dramatically. The fish is too fishy, the salad too green, showing her city girl attitude. The head chef Ege is irritated but keeps his cool and eventually brings her pasta instead. She waits for Ege Yazıcı, her business partner's son, but he doesn't show up. It gets late, and out of frustration, Asli drinks heavily. When a random man tries to take advantage of her, Ege steps in to help. Later, over drinks, Ege asks why she's there. She replies coyly, "You ask about me, I'll ask about you. We'll end up discussing things no one cares about. Why not skip to the next part?" Asli boldly suggests a one-night stand. Ege pretends to agree, but once they reach her hotel room, he says he just wanted to make sure she got back safely, and turns to leave. As he walks away, she mutters under her breath, "Fuck next time, asshole." The next morning, as Asli heads out to find Ege, her manager calls to inform her that Ege Yazıcı wants to meet her at the beach. Annoyed but focused on the deal, she agrees. Upon arrival, she asks a nearby guy about Ege, who tells her he's out surfing and will be back shortly. When Ege finally approaches, he introduces himself. "Hi, I'm Ege Yazıcı." Asli, furious, confronts him. "If you knew I came all the way from Istanbul to meet you, why didn't you reveal your identity yesterday? Don't forget, your Bahama lifestyle and that restaurant exist thanks to our company." Ege calmly replies, "From your attitude, I figured yesterday you were my future business partner. And just so you know, all that company money you mentioned is still untouched in the bank. We're all aware of the company's current situation. If you're ready, we can talk now." Asli swallows her anger and says, "The company is on the verge of bankruptcy. We need your signature on the deal." Ege gestures around and says, "This is my home, my surf school, my restaurant. If you build high-rises here, the ecosystem will be destroyed." She counters, "You can have the entire beach, your restaurant, everything, under the new resort, plus a large profit share." Unmoved, Ege asks her to leave. Noticing her heels sinking in the sand, he adds sarcastically, "Nice choice of footwear." Now truly angry, Asli calls her manager Elsin, instructing them to dig into Ege's background. Loans, unpaid taxes, anything illegal. Over the video call, she informed Ege and his father that, despite knowing the company's situation, Ege is still not willing to sign. Though Asli originally planned to stay for just one day, she now extends her visit to a full week. In the next scene, Ege is on his way to his surfing school when Asli approaches and asks him to join her. He replies flatly, "You've got 20 minutes, I have a class, and you're dropping me off after." Asli drives him to a picturesque beachside spot and makes her pitch. "This land is bigger than yours. We can move your surfing school and restaurant here, and you'll still get a share of the profits." Ege doesn't even blink. He refuses again. Frustrated, Asli drops her polite tone and warns him, "I'm trying to handle this in a respectful, civilized way, but if you keep blocking me, it can get ugly." Ege smirks. "Bring it on." Just then, Asli gets a call from her manager Elsin. She tells her Ege has no unpaid taxes, no loans, nothing illegal to leverage. The news only makes her angrier. In the next scene, Asli starts showing up wherever Ege goes. One morning at the beach, she approaches him and says, "I have some free time. Teach me how to surf." Ege replies bluntly, "Your company is sinking, and you're wasting time playing games here. I'm not interested." She responds calmly, "You know why I have free time. And more importantly, I'm here to spend time with my childhood friend, you." To dodge her, Ege introduces her to a female instructor, but Asli politely declines. "Sorry, but I've heard a lot about your teaching. I'll only learn from you." "I'm busy," Ege says. "My schedule's full." "Well," she shrugs, "whether you teach one more or someone else does, the pay's the same." Ege walks away. As he goes, he throws back, "By the way, those beach sandals look good on you." Asli turns to his friend Yaman and says sarcastically, "He's clearly obsessed with me." The next morning, she visits his restaurant and brings a small gift, a sibaz plant. Ege tosses it aside in front of her. "Your trouble," he says. "Do you, by any chance, have a crush on me?" She replies coolly, "I just want to learn surfing from you." He points toward the kitchen and says, "First, save your company. I'm not just standing around with free hands." Then he closed kitchen window on Asli face. At the restaurant, we see Ege's friend Yaman, who also works there, looking downcast. He tells Ege he's getting divorced from his painter wife Yasmin. "I still love her. I can't let her go like this," he says sadly. An elderly lady nearby comments, "She always supported you and respected your choices, but when she needed your moral support for her passion, you dismissed her." That evening, Ege meets Yasmin and tries to convince her to stay. "Don't leave, Yaman. He still loves you," he pleads. But Yasmin gently responds, "I'm sorry, we can't be together anymore, but we'll stay friends." Meanwhile, Asli accidentally overhears their conversation. Ege notices and confronts her. "How can you just eavesdrop on other people's lives?" Asli quickly explains, "I only came to ask about the surfing class. I didn't mean to hear anything. It just happened." Ege snaps back. "Now I get how you handle all those jerks so well. You have zero respect, zero empathy, zero feeling, so ready to teach me now?" Just then, Sinan, a pushy, impatient guy, approaches and asks Ege for a surfing slot as he already knows Ege's morning class slot is free. It's clear Ege isn't fond of him. "I don't have time as all the slots are packed," Ege replies. "The 9 to 10 a.m. slot is already booked with Asli." Asli frowns. "That early?" Ege looks over at Asli. "Yes." Morning. Ege waits by his surfboard on the beach. Asli arrives, hesitant and awkward, in a classic old surfing suit, clearly out of her element. Without much fuss, they walk into the sea together. Ege smiles and says, "Just trust the wind." She rolls her eyes but follows him. As they paddle out, Ege gently guides Asli through the basics of surfing. He doesn't rush her, just encourages quietly. She stumbles, falls, then laughs, free and unguarded for the first time. With each wave, she sheds a little of the corporate armor she always wears. Later, they sit on a shore, drying off. The air shifts and the mood grows softer, more intimate. Yaman invites Asli to join them for an outing the next day. She refuses, saying, "I don't get along well with strangers." She's not great at responding to people, which prompts Ege to say, "But you always reply to me." "As if replying is my choice," she snaps back. Ege smirks. "Then I'm privileged." Later, after seeing a photo of Ege and Yaman together, Asli asks, "How long have you two known each other?" Yaman explains, "I had a construction company that went bankrupt. Ege helped me out, and now we're business partners." She asks the company's name. "Nay," Yaman replies. Asli and Ege exchange a look and burst out laughing. Asli teases, "How did your company end up with a name like Nay?" Ege grins. "That's a story for another time." On her way back, Asli calls her manager Elchin and asks her to check the company records for Nay contracting. "If any of our company's funds were used there, we can use it to push Ege out of the board of directors." The next day, on the outing, Ege introduces everyone to Asli. It's clear he's developed a soft side for her. They all enjoy themselves, skipping stones across the sea. Yasmin jokingly says she wants all their paintings stolen, and Asli offers to help sell them. Ege sarcastically adds, "We all know you're capable of that." At that moment, Elchin calls Asli with news. She's found something in the off-the-record books of Nene contracting. She asks for more details to help push Ege off the board. Asli tells her to keep it secret, and then rejoins the group, enjoying the day. The next day, Asli sneaks into Ege's surfing class and snaps photos of Nene company documents from his laptop. When Ege catches her, he asks what she's doing. She replies, "I was looking for photos of Yaman and Yasemin and wondered if they're divorcing. They seemed so nice together at the outing." Ege explains, "They're old friends. If a marriage doesn't work, it doesn't mean the friendship has to end." Later, Ege has to go to Ula to pick up wine for his restaurant and asks Asli if she wants to join. She agrees, saying she's never been there before. In Ege's truck, he plays some old music. She comments, "This is so old." He asks, "What's your favorite song?" She admits, "I hardly listen to music, so no favorites, but this one's nice." Their first stop is a small vineyard owned by Ege's company. They walk barefoot between rows of vines picking grapes. Asli laughs. It's the most unplanned, natural moment she's had in years. They meet Ege's aunt and uncle, who ask if Asli is Ege's girlfriend. Both deny it. Then Aunt shares a poignant story with Asli. Ege's mother was a beautiful, joyful musician who loved to sing. But after marrying Ege's father, he never allowed her to sing, keeping her like a caged bird. When Ege was very young, his father forcibly separated him from his mother and sent him to the USA, a revelation that surprises Asli, who had always believed Ege had left by choice. As night falls, Asli and Ege have no choice but to spend the night at his aunt and uncle's house. Ege takes the bed, warning Asli that the couch is full of insects. Nervous, she reluctantly agrees, but soon enough they both end up sharing the same bed. On their way back the next day, they share quiet, meaningful moments, sensing a deep and unspoken connection growing between them. As Asli enters her hotel room, she finds Cenk, her so-called boyfriend, waiting, visibly angry because she hasn't answered his calls. He accuses her of betraying him. Calmly, she replies, "You know why I'm spending time with Ege. I'm doing this to save all of us. It's not just for me." Cenk softens and apologizes, saying he'll leave that evening. In the next scene, Asli has become a skilled surfer under Ege's supervision. She turns to him and asks one last time, "Will you sign the contract? Because if you don't, it will create a war, and you'll be left sitting alone. Ege replies firmly, "No." She smiles slightly. "I just wanted to check one last time. I finally understand how much this place means to you. Tomorrow, I'll return to my usual life in Istanbul." Now we see a change in Aslı. She's no longer the cold, emotionless woman she was before. A new warmth and vulnerability have started to appear in her. Ege suggests, "It shouldn't end like this. Let's meet tonight at my place. I'll cook for you." She agrees. In the next scene, Aslı helps Yasemin figure out how to sell her paintings online. Later, she visits Ege's house and gives him a rare old music record. As they enjoy their meal, Ege suddenly asks, "Did you always want to be a CEO? Or have you ever thought about leaving Istanbul?" She pauses, then replies, "When I was 5, my mother ran away with another man and left us. Since then, I grew up in an office environment, never questioning my father's decisions, doing whatever made him happy." Curious, she asks, "Do you believe in marriage?" He answers thoughtfully, "We both products of broken marriages. I think deep down, we wonder if we're good enough or worthy of marriage." Aslı gets ready to leave, saying she has an early flight back to Istanbul, but Ege stops her. "You can stay here tonight." In that quiet moment, their feelings intensify and they share a tender kiss. Afterward, they spend the night together in peaceful intimacy. The next scene opens with Aslı still at Ege's place, the morning after spending the night together. It's clear she's deeply fallen in love with him. She calls Elçin and instructs her to stop all plans against Ege, especially to keep the 99 company documents and information confidential. Unknown to her, Cenk secretly overhears the Telefonica conversation. In the following scenes, Aslı and Ege share loving, joyful moments together. Aslı has fully embraced Ege's lifestyle and grown close to his friends. She helps Yasmin set up a small art gallery, and everyone, including Aslı, tries to reunite Yaman and Yasmin. At the gallery's opening, Yaman publicly apologizes, and Yasmin agrees to give the relationship another chance. They all celebrate over dinner. Suddenly, Cenk arrives and ruins the mood. Aslı introduces him as the company lawyer, but Cenk declares, "I'm also Aslı's lover." Aslı sharply replies, "I never loved you. We are not lovers." Cenk then informs Ege that he's lost his voting rights on the company board. The land in Çeşme, the surf school, and the restaurant all now belong to the company. Apparently, Ege became a partner in 99 contracting without the board's knowledge, violating company policies. Cenk blames Aslı, saying, "Thanks to her, we have all the evidence against you." Aslı tries to explain everything to Ege. She admits that initially she wanted to expose him and even took photos of the 99 company documents, but insists she never disclosed or shared them with anyone. But Ege is too angry to listen. Without giving her a chance, he tells her to leave. In the next scene, Aslı is heartbroken, returning to Istanbul and her old life. Elçin calls her, saying, "I don't know how Cenk got the documents." Back in Istanbul, Aslı is overwhelmed with sadness and blames herself for messing everything up. She tells Elçin that Ege isn't answering her calls or messages. Meanwhile, Ege is also deeply sorrowful and grieving. His trusted lawyer, Yilmaz, visits him and says, "As I told you, I found something big about the company that could work in our favor." In the next scene, the boardroom is filled with tension as everyone begins signing the documents to approve the resort construction on the Çeşme land. One by one, signatures are given, until it's Aslı's turn. She pauses, then refuses to sign. The room falls silent, the atmosphere tightens. Suddenly the door opens. Ege walks in. His father stands up in anger. "How dare you walk into this meeting?" Ege responds calmly but firmly. "I swore I'd never step foot in this place again, because of how you treated my mother. But I'm breaking that oath today, for another woman." He walks to Cenk and hands him a file. "Since you love paperwork so much, I thought you'd appreciate this." Then, addressing the entire room, including Aslı's father, he reveals, "This file proves that my father, a board member of this company, was secretly involved in embezzlement, along with a few others. For years they took money under the table, crippling this company from within. The financial crisis you're facing? It's not just bad luck. It's betrayal. He looks directly at Asli's father and says, "My father sent your daughter, Asli, to Cheshme, to manipulate me, to cover up this fraud." Gasps ripple through the room. Ege continues, "Here's my offer. Give me full ownership of the Cheshme land, and in return, I'll give the company every lira it has ever deposited into my account over the last 15 years as part of my board membership. I never touched that money." Asli turns to him, surprised. "You really never touched it?" Ege smiles softly. "I told you, more than once." Cenk scoffs. "This is ridiculous." Ege replies coldly. "Did you really think I'd give up that easily?" He looks at Asli. "You must be out of your mind to think I'd leave you to clean up their mess." Ege's father, fuming, shouts, "You're just like your mother." Ege meets his eyes, steady and proud. "Yes, I am, and I'm not ashamed of it." He turns and walks out. "You'll never see me in this building again." Asli's father explodes at Ege's father, furious. "You double-crossed me and used my daughter." Asli stands quietly, processing everything, but a faint, proud smile appears. She knows now, without a doubt, Ege never gave up on her, on Cheshme, or on what was right. In the next scene, Asla walks into Ege's restaurant, a familiar smile on her face. She sits down at the same table as their first meeting. Without looking at the menu, she says playfully, "I'll take whatever comes out fastest." Ege approaches with a knowing grin. "Isn't that how this all started?" he says. "Then we asked each other a few things, talked about things we didn't want to hear, or..." He pauses, leaning closer. "We just skip all that and go straight to the next step." They both smile, and without another word, they kiss. It's soft, certain, and long overdue. In the final scene, we can see the group is gathered on the beach. Laughter fills the air. Ege, Asli, Yasmin, Yaman, Sinan, and others are enjoying the sunset and easy joy of being together. Sinan approaches Ege and says, "I think I'm done with surfing. Not really my thing after all. But hey, at least I won't bug you anymore." Ege laughs. "Took you long enough?" Asli's phone rings. It's Alcin. "Asli, when are you coming back? I've got a stack of documents waiting for your signature." Asli looks around at the sea, the sun, her friends, and Ege. She smiles and replies, "I don't know. It might take a while." She hangs up, tosses the phone aside, and runs into Ege's arms, free, at peace, and exactly where she's meant to be.
So friends, our movie comes to an end with a happy ending. The story is truly a perfect example of how opposites attract, and when they do, it can lead to a lifelong, eternal kind of love. Because sometimes the person you clash with at the start of your story might just be the one you can't live without by the end. Who knows? Love has a funny way of surprising us. Stay tuned for more heartwarming, beautiful stories like this one. Until next time. If you enjoyed today's story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Tap the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And as always, if there's a movie you'd like me to explain, just drop the name and its country in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you and maybe even feature your suggestion in the next video. Thanks for watching and see you soon with another heart-touching story. Chalaos.